No, that's that.
Hey, this is Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
I'll be back in just a second. I have to step away real quick.
Okay. So, Shaoling, is everybody there yet?
Russ is here. Hua, I'm not sure if he will come now. Do you want me to get him?
Yes, please.
Okay.
What? Was it not here? No. Maybe I can come. Feeling?
Why is not here? And Erden will come.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So is your weather like it is out here? Hot and humid?
Huh? Yeah, actually it's not too humid, but
Okay.
it's definitely hot today.
Yeah, we've had very unusual weather for San Diego. It's just been.
Oh, okay. Is it very hot right now for you guys?
Oh, right.
For people that don't live on the coast, yes.
Oh, okay. But I thought off the coast anyway, it's always a little hotter, right?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. It's like if you get inland, it's been in the mid 90s. We hit triple digits over the weekend,
Ah.
and it's been humid too, which is sort of the odd thing.
Yeah, I think the weather from Houston is shifting over to San Diego then. Okay, so maybe we should get started. So on the call, I see Jeff and Yuling. I see Julie, Nansu, Trevor, Tim, and Shaoling. Do you want to just let me know who's on the call, who's in the room there?
In the room have Nina, me, Russ, and Ergen.
All right.
Hi, this is Julie McMurray. I just called.
Hi, Julie.
Hi.
Okay, so we can get started. On the agenda today, what we have are updates on action items. And I'd like to talk about the JMIA revision briefly. I don't know if everybody had a chance to go through the reviewers' comments that we got back. So that's something that I think we can talk about a little bit. Maybe we can talk about it later. I don't know if Juan's going to join in. And then I'd like to talk about the features, DataMed version 3 features that we plan to have, the testing plans and the release plans. And if there are any other updates, then we can talk about that. So Alejandra and Philippe have gone over and done the first pass with the data type ontology. Did anybody have a chance to review it? Maybe not.
I'm sorry, I'm not actually familiar with what you mean by the data type ontology. You're talking about DATs?
No.
Are you talking about EDAM?
No. This is what Philippe, Alejandra, and Susanna had worked on most recently in terms of sort of a slimmed down set of data types for describing data sets. And it probably builds on EDAM, but I've been traveling and on vacation and moving, so I haven't. I'm still sort of catching up a bit, so I haven't been able to look at that.
Okay.
So maybe for the next meeting we can ask everybody to probably go in and review it if they can, and that would be useful for us. If there are things that we feel like we need to add to it or modify, I think we need to let them know, and then we can talk about the way we would like to get it implemented.
Yep.
So we'll come back to the JMIA review in a minute.
Did the review? I'm trying to. Was that sent out or?
Yeah, I did send it out to the core development team. That was the one where they were talking. So I know there were a couple of different things that came up recently. One was for the EMEA NLP group. NLP poster that we put in. And we had the review. We answered the reviewers' questions, and I've resubmitted the abstract for the EMEA poster. So that's been completed. I'm sorry? So Xiaoling helped me with that, and we resubmitted that. Now this one is for the JMIA special issue, and we had submitted, I don't know if you remember, Jeff, but we submitted for the whole of DataMed.
Yeah.
And so they have come back. One of the concerns was one of the reviewers had a comment that they wanted us to split it up into 2 papers, and also both the reviewers wanted more, I guess, a little bit more evaluation to be done. So we can go over the review again. So do you want me to? I have the.
No, I found it again. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can talk about it a little later after we talk about everything else, and then we can come back to this.
Okay.
So also for the DataMed version 3 features, we were talking about a couple of things that needed to be completed. So one of the main things that has to be, I guess, which will be done is the on the UI side. So let's talk about the ingestion side. So right now, Xiaoling told me that we have 74 repositories. Jeff, in our original target was about 100.
Yeah, so we have to. I mean, we still need to split the handle.
Omics TI?
Yeah. And
Okay.
so the one question I had is if that's if we're doing it on our end or you're doing it on your end. I mean, we can do it on our end.
I think that might be better for you to do it, because right now, actually, we don't have anybody that can really help us with it. I mean, with the curation part, at least, with the mapping.
Yeah. And I know that Yuling has been working with Barak and also getting back to Nansu with some of their sources. So we're working through some of their sources. And then we'll keep on plowing through what we have. So, and I think last time we talked, we'd be getting close to like 85. I think was sort of.
Yeah, it's probably more realistic, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the other question is then also value versus the actual what we're getting from the repository, because there's some that we that we've been in contact with that we haven't gotten metadata and stuff like that. So
yeah, I know. So I guess with some of the repositories, we probably need to go back and follow up with them. But this is something that actually does need to be done, unfortunately, and sometimes. So maybe we follow up with them at least 2 times, and if we don't get a response from there, then we move on to the next repository. Or if we can map it ourselves, and if we think it's important enough, then we go ahead and do it.
Plus the addition of sources. I mean, we can always. Because as we're working through the curation of some of these sources, we can always sort of add them as they come in as well.
Yeah, yeah, of course, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's definitely there. I think we will continue, right, adding the sources anyways.
I mean, I would think so. I mean.
Yeah. The other thing is for the NLP pipeline for all. Shaolin said that maybe not all repositories have that yet. Is that correct?
I'll need to check. I thought.
I think I get about 50. Around 50 repository has been updated. Yeah, so maybe some of them will not.
Do you have the list of the ones that you don't have?
I can create that list.
Yeah, no, just because that would be easier than just for us to double check, because maybe some got lost in.
Okay, I will create a list and send to Greg.
Okay, and yeah, CC me too as well.
Okay.
Okay. On the interface side, we have some of the things that are already completed, and the others should hopefully be done before we actually have the testing initiated for DataMed version 3. So autocomplete, I think, will be done before we initiate the testing. We also have already, Shaolin has completed the broken links, and then we have the word cloud implementation, so I've asked her to go in and turn it on. And she's also working on integration of the challenge results, but that would be ongoing. I mean, we won't wait to do that, for that to get completed before the release, because I don't think that's going to happen. The API is completed, and we have also tested it, so that's another good thing. The tracking system is more or less completed, but that's anyway at the back end. And as you know, the data type ontology work is already ongoing. Is there anything else? Also, just a reminder, please do remember to deposit or update the source code in GitHub and ensure that you don't have any kind of personal or sensitive information in there, because I think sooner rather than later we're going to have to make everything publicly available. So was there anything that I missed here in terms of the features? Okay, if not. So with the data mesh testing plan, what I was thinking was that we could have the testing to begin on July 17th. That would be next Monday. Is that okay with everybody?
It's okay to me.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
Jeff?
Yuling was shaking her head yes. So,
okay.
nodding.
Because I know I'm gonna contact Yuling, and she would then be able to, I guess, get it tested, right? Just like we did last time.
We need for the testing. How many people do you need for the testing, Anu?
I would think about maybe 2 or 3 people at the most.
Okay.
Because I know from Lucilla's group, also Gina and her team said they would be able to help us out with the testing, so they are also going to jump in. And I see Wei, Nancy is on the call, and Tim is on the call. So, we would have their team also helping with the testing.
Okay.
So I think about 2 or 3 people should be sufficient.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then the plan is very similar to what we had done last time, where we will have the list put up in Trello, and then you would test at the beta site that we already have. I just have put up the username and password, but I will send all this information out again when I send the email to initiate the testing. And then the hope is that as and when we get comments back from all the folks that are testing, we will fix the bugs and then get back to you to make sure that the bugs have been fixed. But then at the most, we plan that the testing should be completed by Thursday. That's like 3 or 4 days time, and I think that should be sufficient for us to test. And then if there is something that's really major that needs to be fixed, then Firat and Shaoling as well as Nina will have time to fix it before we have the release. So the release is scheduled for end of July.
End of July. So we will have 3 days for testing.
Yeah, 3 or maybe 4 days, because I can send out the information on. I mean, as soon as I hear from Shaoling that we can actually start the testing on Monday morning, I will send out the email. And then, Thursday, if we can't get it finished by Thursday, I guess even Friday is okay, but I would prefer that we finish by Thursday.
So
So you will send out the email
Yeah,
on Thursday. Oh, sorry, on July 17th.
Monday.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Oh. So I already did that. And also for the version 3 release, we will have the release announcement to be sent to our list that we have, which is compiled from the BD2K members and the existing DataMed users and all the other people that filled out survey for whom we have contact information. And then I'll also work with Elizabeth to send out the announcement to the BD2K newsletter and any mailing list that we have access to, we will send out the announcement. This is pretty similar to what we had done earlier, and that's what the plan is. Besides this, I had actually no other major things to talk about except the JMIA review. So maybe I'm going to just give me a minute and I will open up the Google Doc where I have the, oops, okay, wrong one. Okay, there. So this is can all of you see the review? I can also send out the Google Doc link in the chat.
Yes, we can see.
So let me send the link anyways, just in case. So did you get the link?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So these are the comments from the reviewers and the associate editor. So they said that we need to address all the concerns, of course, or most of the concerns, but with reference to splitting the paper into 2 separate papers, I think it's our decision. And from the email that was sent, the plan is to still go with a single paper. Jeff, what do you think?
So this one, no, sorry, was this is you're talking about the
special issue?
Yeah, no, but which of the numbered ones were you?
So that is actually by reviewer 2. So if you go down all the way.
Okay. Where's it?
So let me see if I can find this. So this, I just highlighted it.
Okay.
Let me zoom in, actually. So this is so what that's saying is, the mapping and storage in the DAX format would be, so basically the ingestion part is one part of it, and the second one is the search engine part. And
right.
So what they are suggesting is that we could separate it out into 2 different papers if we think that's useful.
I'm not, because the paper doesn't get into very deep details about either, right?
Right. I think they want more more evaluation, and one of the issues could also be that if we split it into two separate papers, then we need to add in a lot more evaluation for both the processes.
Right. So we do. So on the paper that we're working specifically on the ingestion side, we do have evaluation pieces in there. For example, in terms of scalability and the like.
So do we also have comparisons of how well DAX is covering the metadata from each of the?
That would be information that Susanna had captured, right, when they did their review, and then we have some. We have the table that we've been keeping in terms of, what repositories provide in terms of metadata.
Right. You mean the portions at the bottom of each of the mapping scripts where it says, these fields are not mapped?
Well, there's that. There's also what we have in that spreadsheet where we list what is being provided, right?
And which part of it is being mapped?
Yeah.
Okay.
The question about splitting it, the question was, this was supposed to be a more sort of comprehensive paper, right?
Right.
Versus, the nitty-gritty details of the components. So, because I still think you need a sort of a comprehensive paper, right? In addition to the gritty.
So I think that's exactly what Hua also said, that we can keep it as one single comprehensive paper. But I guess we would need to furnish to some extent some evaluation details. Maybe more overall evaluation rather than evaluation for each individual pipeline. And
we can add some of the scaling information, right, in terms of the ingestion pipeline. As I said, we have the DATS coverage of repositories that we could put in, from that spreadsheet. And then I know that you've done, Hua had done some work on, comparing, the search results through BioCaddy and through the native repositories as well, right?
Right.
So we do have, some of the evaluation information that we could put in on all those components. So I would agree with Hua.
So it's comparison. And I also think one thing that we wanted to, anyway, we can address is they're talking about the user-oriented design approach. And within the same issue, we had also submitted our user studies, right? So I think we will definitely point to that paper. And maybe we will talk a little bit about the tracking that we are doing at the back end and the design issues that we have had and some of the evaluation stuff on the search side. So they're also asking maybe a little bit more coverage in terms of in the introduction for for existing work that has being done by other groups. So we will add that. I think the evaluation is the only thing that where we need to actually be thought about doing some kind of experimentation, if at all it needs to be there. So one, the consumers and consumer heads, etc., that, you know, is
I mean, they're not arbitrary terms, but someone nitpicky with terms. Okay, and we could look to see what.
I guess we can just change the language a little bit.
Yeah, and I don't know. So it's a term instead of. Well, another term instead of data ingestion. Why does it is ingestion of data and metadata? So I don't know why not that term changed. I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
What if you just call it indexing?
Well, yeah, because that's I mean that's part of it. Yeah. Yeah, we can look at the language and see what.
Also, and I think they also want a more explicit description of how this paper addresses the call for papers. So we have the software that we have, you know, kind of generated. So this, in terms of validation of results as well as reuse for new studies, so we need to kind of explicitly explain, I think, how we will, how our paper actually addresses this part. And this is the same criticism that we had for the other paper that was submitted, the usability paper that Todd submitted. So what I can do is this, our revision is due August 5th, right? August 5th or 7th?
5th, I think.
5th, right? Even I thought it was 5th. Okay. So what I can do is I can write a response to the reviewers maybe next week or by the end of next week, and then send it around.
Mm-hmm.
And people can comment. And also, if there is for the paper itself, we Xiaoling and I can work. And Jeff, if you can send the evaluation pieces, or I can put the current paper in Google Docs.
Current paper in Google Docs, and then people can add stuff via suggestions.
Okay. So that is it. I think that's pretty much all that I had in mind to discuss today. So the only other thing is for the all hands meeting, for the BioTidy all hands meeting, that's on the 7th, right, of August.
Something
So,
like
yeah, from UT Health, it will be Hua, Kirk, and me that will be attending. and I'm hoping to see most of the people around at least. So Jeff, you'll be there, of course.
Yes.
None. So let me know if you need anything from our end for your presentation. So Julie, are you going to be attending the all hands meeting? Hello?
Are you talking to me?
No, Julie, I think.
Oh,
Julie?
no.
Huh. Maybe she's on mute. Anyway, that's pretty much all that we had for the meeting today. Was there anything else that we need to talk about? If not, then I guess I'll send out the email on Monday, and we'll talk again next week.
Okay.
And we stop a little early today.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay then.
Okay. Bye.
Thanks for calling in.
Bye.
Bye-bye.